Namaste and a very good evening to one and all. I am Tanisha Agrawal. Welcome to Leaders Connect 360 Foundation's episode 244. Leaders Connect 360 Foundation is a non-profit organization aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Our mission is to invite 1,000 plus leaders and create a million leaders. So every Wednesday we come together from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. Indian Standard Time on Zoom live to gain insights from the top level management leaders and last week of the month from the authors. And once every quarter we take it offline in different cities to network, support and grow together. Because at Leaders Connect 360, we strongly believe that leaders create more leaders. And now, before we kickstart the episode, a quick reminder. One, please keep your videos on for an engaging experience. Two, first time visitors, kindly check out the WhatsApp, Facebook, and LinkedIn links that are there in the chat box to stay connected and grow with us. And three, this episode is being recorded for our community archives. Now let's set the energy high. And if you're excited and ready for an impactful session, kindly drop a thumbs up or a smiley in the chat box. Okay, let's go. Fantastic. And before we go, let me introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Sakthivel, strategic HR leader and CEO, GSS Group Companies. Let me also introduce our moderator, Mr. Pankaj Vyas, managing partner, Bija Trainings, who will be interacting with our guest alongside our panel discussion leader, Dr. Ishwarya J, 360-degree assessment specialist. And without further ado, let's get started. Over to you, Mr. Pankaj.
Thank you so much, Tanisha. Good evening, everyone, and I welcome you all on behalf of Bija Training, the Mass Leadership and Leaders Connect. As you know, this is the Leaders Connect episode 0244, and I'm really happy to welcome Mr. Sakthivel, our guest speaker today, and Dr. Ishwarya, who is our panel discussion leader. So before we move forward, I would like to officially welcome our guest and panel discussion leader through a mode of a welcome video. And for sure, today we all are going to learn something new because the topic is very interesting. That is leading with compassion in the complex world. So Mr. Shaktivel, for sure, from his experience and expertise, is going to, share that how, we can have a different perspective on this topic today. So before we move forward, I would like to welcome each one of you and especially our guest and panel discussion leader through a mode of welcome video. Arul, can we have the welcome video, please? Thank you so much, Arun. Welcome, Mr. Shaktivel, to the forum.
Good evening to all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Hope
Good
it's
evening.
a great evening that everybody is filled up with energy.
Yes,
And
yes.
may I know how many of the participants over here are from HR background or from various different other backgrounds?
So it's mixed basically. They are from HR also, they are trainers also. Right. So it's a mixed form basically.
That's a great thing.
Yes.
So before we start, I would like to admit that I just came out of a meeting and just joined the
Great. Great, great. Thank you so
forum
much,
now.
sir. So we'll not
Thanks a
take
lot.
much of a time. Already it's
No, no, it's
6:39.
not about. Actually, the topic given is very interesting. It doesn't cannot be contained into particular time which you are given now. So we have to convey the message crisp so that people doesn't feel bored about.
Yes, yes.
Uh, so the main thing, it was an interesting subject. I just going through the first line of it. How to handle the current situation, which is very, very high pressured, and how we are going to handle higher technologies coming into these systems, how we are going to face all these things, and how we are going to retain ourselves as human,
Right.
even after having all these kind of problems around us. In reality, I'll put it in a very, very simple way. Why does somebody gets tensed or somebody gets worried about things going around?
True, true, true.
That's a question which comes on their mind.
Right.
First and foremost thing, uh, we feel that are we getting accepted by people in the market? In the sense, if you ask
Well,
me, I'm just coming to the forum, should I prepare myself? Should I take this? What people are going to think about me? What kind of expectation? Is my profile going to communicate something about me so that people will grade up a great expectation out of me? Those things are fine. Let us keep all those things aside and first feel that we are there along with humans.
yes.
This understanding of being with human will make you a human being.
Very true, sir. Very true. Rightly said.
In that way, what I feel in my career throughout in HR, it is just a learning. Still, I have to say I have not even completed my training so far. Though after 22 years, I would say that still I'm having a lot of things to learn from each and everyone, even from my son to daughter, from a person who is just walking on the street are teaching me every day, and everybody is getting taught. Only thing is, some students listen, some students doesn't listen to it. That's the only life is teaching us
True.
every day.
Very
So
true.
my quick points to here is first, you're talking about empathy. There are two things which you have to be very, very careful in using this word empathy because empathy means we feel ourselves in others' position. Can that happen? My question to the entire crowd: does it happen? Is it happening? Is
Yes,
everybody is
thanks for
empathizing
sharing.
everyone?
Yes, sir. Rightly said. Thanks for sharing this valid point. Why? Because today's leaders, they are not just carrying their targets. They are just carrying the people's fears, stress, uncertainties, and all those things in their workplace. As you rightly said, empathizing, the leading the people with compassion is all about understanding and listening the peoples without any judgment. So let us hear your experience and perspective about all these things. What the empathy is rightly, because already we had a conversation regarding this. The conversation start with empathetic leadership. I was really impressed, and the points that has been shared by you, I can sense your experience in that empathetic leadership, sir. So thank you so much for sharing that. So in the quick nutshell, to brief this empathetic leadership, as you said, it was a vast. In the quick nutshell, we have broken down all those things into five major points, sir. In that five major points, we shall get into the discussion about this compassionate leadership.
Definitely,
So on
definitely.
that note, the first point here we want to discuss is in this AI-driven field and high-pressure workplace, how can a leaders can stay humanity without any comparing performance, or else compromising performance?
First and foremost thing, what I feel a person as a leader, there is a difference between boss and leader, which I don't have to explain. There are a lot of context which is going around. Reality is, first of all, the person has to understand the role of his own self as a leader. And he should be having a clear understanding of each and everybody's role over there. Not even 100% required, even 50 to 60% of what they are doing, what is actually required out of them, and what kind of a character. Everybody is having a different right. Right is an enduring character of a person that cannot be changed. That's what makes a person unique. Not each individual can be compared with each one. It is because of the trait. So we have to understand the trait part of it without uh, playing around with the emotions, without hurting anybody's ego, without hurting anybody's uh, what we call the normal works life, how we are going to get the work done through them is what is leadership is all going to be. But in this case, can a leader be very, very polite in handling people? Can a leader be very, very cohesive in taking up everybody's pressure on his shoulder? My answer would be no. A leader should be able to play his part and ensure the others also play their part in a better way. For that, first of all, we have to understand what are the things which is bringing in pressure to the work. For example, if you take a IT industry or any other organization for that matter, most of the time the pressure comes on us on two things. One is achieving your targets and ensuring the availability of resource for that particular things. So if you are going to pre-plan the things in a proper way, I think 70 to 80% of your problems are solved if you are going to put everything in place and have a proper SOP on. But sometimes, yes, there are certain things which will come in life where you can't assume that these kind of factors will come in. For that, first of all, you have to relax a bit. Even a leader is also a human again. So the human has to really take himself out of the seat and think a bit whether how I am going to get treated. Suppose if I want a meeting to happen and if I want uh, to have a proper meeting with the team, I want my team to perform well. First of all, I have to understand what is that actually is required to do. I have to find out what kind of approach should I keep on the team to ensure that the result comes in. For that, first of all, we should have a kind of clarity of thought in our mind. What is that we are going to do? And most of the time, what happens, we get carried away by the target set on us. We are worried about the answerable things which are there, the pressure which is getting applied from the top, and the kind of egoistic things which is there in the team. All these things, many factors into it really affect those things. We have to first find the foremost thing which is very, very important to achieve our targets without hurdling, without affecting people's life. Today, in current scenario, to be honest, what I have gone through and what many of us might have gone through is most of us are trying to prove ourselves to others. We are trying to prove ourselves to the environment around us, which is making us go down very badly in terms of health, in terms of wealth, most of the things. See, whether you are going to have a BMW car, whether you are going to have a Mercedes car, you are going to travel in the same Chennai road, which is going to have the same kind of a condition, which is not going to change. But the comfort may differ here and there. The same way, a leader has to ensure that you are having all kind of vehicle around you, you are having all kind of different humans around you. Yes, pressure is always there, but this pressure, but if you could able to go through really deep into it, the pressure what our ancestors or rather our generation at 70s, 60s might have undergone might have also been the same. But only thing is now too much of information, too much of connectivity is also becoming a problem. So we should able to put a cross boundary line very clearly by saying that these are the things which is expected from me. These are the things which I expect from my colleagues. These are my limits with my colleagues. These are my limits, and these are my time. These are time of those colleagues, and we should not really cross that boundary, which will ensure that there is no tensions will always be around. It has to be there. Always having pressure is also good. Sometime I'm telling you, without pressure, if I'm going to ask any of you to sit in a place for, I'm going to say that I'm going to pay you 5, 6 crores per month, and you have to do nothing and sit in a place. Is it possible to? Definitely, something has to move around us. Something has to move around us. If you ask who is the actual reason behind everything which is happening around our life, it is not situation, environment, others, other technique, whatever you call it as technology, technicality. It is purely us because we are the platform. We are getting extending ourselves to the other people, to the problems to come into it. So if you could able to find out what is actually your strength and where you can play around and how you can keep yourself calm without expecting. Acceptance and expectation are two words, very, very important words in life. In corporate as well as in personal, I'll say expectation, expecting that all my people should do 100% well may or may not happen. And accepting that, yes, this person has this much of limitation. Yes, with this, how I'm going to lead the team matters a lot. I'll tell you such scenarios as a HR person. I was dealing with HR activities. Suddenly, it happened in one of my organization where We found projects were going down, and people's what you call jobs were into stake. So we thought, what should we do in a different way to come out of it? So suddenly I said, why don't we go for collecting the return of payments, which has gone out of our books already, but physical in the sense on a official note it has gone out, but it is there still in the papers. So we framed a team. We went on collecting those money of 20 years. You won't believe, it's by God's grace and the support of real support of the team. We collected somewhere around 120 odd crores from a non-technical source, where we call it as a non-revenue source. I could able to become a business resource where I could able to bring in the revenue because of the team's effort. It is only because that I believed first, yes, we can do, and then we believed as a team that yes, we can do. Because most of the people started laughing in that room by saying that what a HR person is going to do in technical campus and how we are going to do all these things. But then we started proving them, no, it's not so. We can try it out, because if I'm going to fail, because already I'm a non-costing resource, it's not going to affect the company. But when we turned up the table, yes, we were able to win it. Why I'm conveying this here, it is not to say that we have done something great. It is each and every one has a real leader in your own self. Let us not go deep into the part of the technical parts of it and putting a meeting. First and foremost thing, what really affects any environment, any work culture, is conducting meetings without agenda. Hope I think most of you will be accepting this point that most of the meeting starts with some agenda and it goes and ends it somewhere else without any proper reason for it, without having a proper conclusion to it. And the second meeting again starts. The next follow-up meeting starts again with something where we don't even have a clarity on where it ended. These kind of things can be avoided first. And second thing is, as a leader, it should be before it's like what Abdul Kalam ji said. He's a very nice narrator of life, to be honest, rather than saying he's a scientist or something like that. Before starting, you should say, if I can't, who can? After finishing that, if I can, who can't? These are the simple things which will make a leader a real great leader. And there is a
Great,
long,
sir. Great perspective, sir.
definitely,
Great,
it's a
great
great thing that
perspective, sir.
he has taught us actually, and he has kept himself very simple. He has not gone to the ground. He has not scored centuries, and he has not something. He has not done something great. He has not acted in any movie, but still we remember people. We remember people not by their face or not by their actions. We remember them by what the impact they have created in our life. And as a leader, we should first understand that what is the problems our people are undergoing.
Yes, sir. As rightly said, sir, you are in mute, sir.
Is that fine?
So thank you so much for that wonderful point. As rightly said, as a leader, we should empathize the team. We should understand the reality of the team. Rightly said, sir. So in the time of that empathetic situation, at the time of realistic, you are gonna have that empathetic team. By that time, do you think that compassionate leadership is still seen as strength, or does it being misunderstood as a risk or softness in today's competitive world, sir?
It all depends upon the individual who is dealing with it. Actually, if you're working with a very tough taskmasters, I've been working with some tough taskmaster. I worked with one person. I still remember. I can't forget him even for 20 years when I started my career. By 10 o'clock, if I go to him and say, "Sir, shall I leave? Shall I leave? Time is almost 10." He will say that day is too young. Let us spend another half an hour more. I used to get irritated, and I had one person who used to teach me the statutory. At those times, we did not have systems to type and put all these things. We have to fill up all our PF and all these challans. He used to tell me almost 10 to 15 times might have gone filled up and shown him. He used to say that no, this is not the right way. Go back and fill it and come back. At the 16th time, I believe, 16th or 17th time, I believe, he said that this is right. Go ahead and pay the amount. And I got irritated by asking that. You might have told this thing in the first event itself, right? Because I was a very young guy at the time. I was just out of college, having that bubbly enthusiasm. Still, that hair was also on top of it, so everything was on there. Things are going fine. So I asked him that why should I? Then he told me that if I'm going to teach you, if I'm going to correct you, you will forget this after 6 months. As I made you to do again and again, now you will never forget in your life. And what he said was right. He is no more now in the world, and I respect him for what he taught me today. Still, it is in my mind. If you wake me up by 2 o'clock and ask me to fill that, I can fill. Why I'm saying this? A leader should able to imbibe something which is a good practice in people learn. That is what they have to do. They have to bring in practices through which the followers can also become leaders. That is what is definitely required. And definitely, yes, it is looked as a threat. It is because that people who doesn't want to really get into any kind of activity, who wants to come by like a bell cat, come by 10 o'clock, round down there and have a cup of tea and then go back, for them, definitely it will be a threat. Otherwise, a leader with compassion is definitely will not be looked as a threat. It is because they know that this person is there to take care of me. He's like a captain of the ship. If there is a problem, he will appear to ensure that all of us are out of the danger zone and will be taken care. But if you do something wrong, he'll be the first person to blank us off. So both these two things, as a leader, definitely you should have. And
Yes.
compassionate cannot be too much compassionate also. That is also not good. Showing your shoulders too much to people is also not good. Then they will start firing from your shoulders. That will also be a problem. A leader should always be little away from things, included in, include everybody, and exclude himself when the victory comes in. That's what matters a lot.
Yes. 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 As rightly
I
said, as
hope I
you
am
said,
not deviating
15
more from the
people.
subject. There are a lot to talk on.
No problem, no problem, sir. It is all about sharing your experience. That was wonderful, sir. As you said, even with the 13th time, 14th time, or 15th time, that time the and you know about the empathetic leadership, and some people know they have just burned out of these situations, and they got some mental health challenges at the time of this burning out situations. What constant change they can make themselves as a compassionate leader to manage these situations, sir?
First of all, foremost thing I will say clarity. Clarity on what is required is again and again I stress upon this point. It is because most of the time pressure and stress builds upon because the clarity is not there from the user end or from the people who assign the job. So as a leader, we should have a clarity. Clarity matters a lot, and being punctual and being suppose if there is a meeting by 10:30, let us be there by 10:15. But that culture is disappearing a bit because people start feeling that if I go at the last moment, then only people will recognize me as somebody who is something renowned to the field. That's not right, actually. Let us be little early to be there so that we will have ample time to plan things and ensure that our meetings are kept in a proper way where we discuss whatever is actually required. Let us not, a bit of a jovialness should also be mingled in. You can't be always very strict, having a very tough face in front of people. Having a small smile in our face is not going to cost much, to be honest. So that smile will definitely make most of the problem go down. Have the comfort. It will provide some comfort to people to open up their own self. But the real agenda of targets has to be prioritized first, and then we should able to get into the problems of people to solve those things, and that will bring in a real good situation there, environment. People will like to be there around, and still I'm happy and thankful to God that still my juniors are remembering me for the fun what we had in sense in terms of like whenever we had pressure that time also we used to really crack some jokes, and then at the same time we'll be serious on our work. But as a leader you should also have some kind of a bit of a jovialness around with people. Pankaj ji, sorry that am I not getting deviated over, right?
No, no, sir. As I said first itself, we are here to share, to got your experience, sir. We are very happy. We are very
Sure.
happy in listening you, sir.
And one
Yes, sir.
small request to all of you who are there in the forum. The subject is related to human. I request everyone to be real humans first. Try to understand each other. Doesn't have to solve the problem. At least a pat on
True.
the back will solve most of the problems. That will be a great. That itself will be an initial good initiation for a leadership program. To be honest, and we have to treat as we
Thank
want
you so much
us
for
to
the
be treated by
compliment, sir.
others. Thank you. Then.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. So with that note, I just want to, you are keep on telling that empathetic and compassionate, all those things. Can this compassion can be measured or built into systems like KPIs, feedback or performance reviews, or it must be personal, sir?
No, I believe that the moment you bring in compassionation into the system, automatically that will start showing in the results of people. KPIs are something like a measure of the activities what we are going to do and the way we are going to do. There are two things. The KRA part is the key result area which a person has to do, and how the person has done comes under through the indicators how they have performed. So once you bring in that empathetical way of handling people, automatically the KPI and KRH will automatically be taken care of. I don't think it has to be brought in as a system. It is like bringing motherhood into KPI. It cannot happen. Motherhood is a nature. It has to come on its own. You cannot be bringing in a SOP for motherhood that the mother has to hug the kid and the mother has to take care of the kid. These are unwritten rules. So we cannot be bringing in those things into that can be measured. They can be realized and measured through activities which is happening around with the when a company is growing well, how it grows because of the efforts of people around, not only because of the one investor or somebody who is going to be on the top. It is because of even the guy who is supplying the coffee, tea, the pantry to the person who is taking care of your gate. Everybody is very important. So if the culture is maintained in a proper way where each and everyone respect each other, automatically the growth also happens. Automatically the performance, carry, KPI, whatever you call it as, everything goes well. We don't have to embed it again. If you look at Japanese, they have this policy. You might have seen even somebody helping crossing the road, people go there and bow their head. And I've seen them. If it is 12:30, I work with some Japanese for some time. So if it is 12:30, they will take a nap, and nobody will stop them. They know very well that if it is 2 o'clock, if it is 12:30, nobody will go to that place. It is because they know that they will neither disturb you nor they will allow you to disturb us. So that is a clear fund of. So we should also have that kind of a formation. So you don't have to bring
Yes,
into
great, sir. I
KPI.
completely. Yes, great, sir. I completely understand this. But the thing is, if a leader has to be compassionate, he has to be in a set of people, right? But in today's competitive world, with the leaders are connected with multi-generational and cultural diverse teams, right? What does this compassion look like in daily leadership activities, sir?
See, this I will answer starting from our home. Today, the Gen Z or Gen Z, like whatever you call it as, there are a lot of X, Y, Zs and all. Reality is, end of the day, it is a gap between each generation which will always be there. We might have also faced the same thing when we came in, we started our career. You might have seen some people who have, they used to always say, we used to write ledgers from the day one, from morning to night. To, nowadays, the people are coming and taking a printout and giving. These things happens and we have to accept and honor. It is like how you are going to take care of your father and mother, your parents, and how you are going to take care of your kids. Both are looking for something from you. As a person, you have to deliver to both, and in that way you sometime you will fail, sometime you will succeed, sometime you will learn. The same thing will happen in environmental of in organization environmental also. The same thing happens. See, I've seen some cases. One IIT person whom we recruited from IIT just came to me, was asking that uh, when will I be getting my next increment. I asked him a simple question: when did you join? His answer was just 2 days before. So how do you react to this situation? A guy who has joined just 2 days before, he's coming and asking me that uh, when I'm going to get my next increment, when I'm due for my increments, what will be the kind of increment I'll be getting. So for normal HRs or normal people, normal for anybody for that matter, they'll get irritated. First question is, how come somebody who has just joined, who is a newborn kid into the system, is coming and asking question to me? There, it's not the problem of that guy. It is a problem of my ego, which is coming up on a crop, which comes onto the top by saying that how this person can ask this question to me. Second question comes into mind: what is that this guy has to say? Why? What made him to ask this question? That is also very important. How you should look at? You should empathize. There are two situations I will tell you. One situation. Then I just asked that person that how many people are working around you. Then he said maybe some 20, 30 people are sitting around me. Then I asked which department you belong to. He said, then do you know how many business units we have and what are the projects which is going on and what are the activities we do and what is our turnover and all these things. He said, yeah, I saw that they were putting in a PPT, sir. I saw those things. And because why I'm saying, current scenario, people doesn't care about where they are, whom they are. They are only concerned about what is that they are going to get out of this place. That days are gone when people used to say, I'm working in TVS, I'm working in L&T, I'm working in Tata. That was there in it was like it was embedded into their blood actually. Now no more that kind of attachment. So we have to be very, very clear on such things. That let us not get deviated too much towards all these things. Yes, the differentiation between environment will be there. There will be what we call Zen X, Zen Y. All these things will be there. But let us remain human and let us accept and understand people. Then automatically most of your problems will be over. Then I answered that person. After 7 months, he came back and said, "Sir, still I'm working on the questions what you gave to me. Still I couldn't able to find answer to that." I said, when you finish off these things, over 1 year automatically will get over. You will get automatically increment period will automatically come. So one more case came to me. I was in counseling department where one person came to me said that, "Sir, I want to commit suicide." What kind of answer can you give when somebody comes and says, "I'm going to commit suicide"? Then I asked him, "When are you planning to?" He said, "Maybe today or tomorrow." When somebody is having that kind of a time, definitely he's not going to commit. Then I took him for a coffee. We had a chat. He started crying. He started conveying his things. A bit of my 5-10 minutes, I feel that I could able to save that person. Through saving that person, could able to save the family. And that's what is compassionate is all about. Just understanding and empathizing.
Sir, great, sir. Great. Thank you so much for the wonderful insights that has been given by you, sir. And I can clearly sense how empathetic leader you are. Thank you so much for this all insights, sir. Definitely, people will learn some empathetic things from you. And thank you so much, as I said earlier. Thank you so much for accepting my invite as well.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Thank you,
Pankaj,
Ishwarya.
it is
Thanks
over
to
to
all
you
of
now.
you. Hope I have not bored you. Hope.
No, sir, definitely not. Definitely not.
Well,
Yes, Pankaj,
thank
it's
you
over to you,
for having
Pankaj.
such a
Thank you,
wonderful
Pankaj.
panel discussion, Ms. Ishwarya, Dr. Ishwarya, and Sakthivel, sir. I really respect the way you have taken this particular topic, which initially you told that the time, it cannot bound in the time, right? But you have simplified it by saying that we as a human should be able to understand the others as humans, right? So that simplifies this topic to a large extent, because that is something the basic which is being missing, right? Because what has happened, we are not treating people as people, sir. In corporate, people are just respecting the designations, right? So, and that is one of the biggest challenge, because what happens is once the designation is gone, then who you are, that is something which should be remembered, right, in the mind of the people, and that is how you should be able to behave, and that is what makes you different from others, right? So yes, I really reciprocate to your thoughts, and that really gives more confidence to my thoughts to understand people as our people only first, then all this science that comes in, actually, to be very frank. So thanks for
Definitely.
putting in such a simple
And
manner. So that has been
before
my learning.
concluding, one request to all of you that in the design of God, nothing can go wrong.
Yes,
Whether whatever may be, I always feel in that whatever is there which makes us feel go down, never feel so. It is definitely for something good, and the design is perfect from God. AI may really fail sometimes. It is because created by human, but human will never fail. It is because it has been created by the destiny, so-called God. So with that,
true,
I'll
true,
say
true. I also firmly
thanks to
believe
God.
in this. Only thing is that we should be doing our part of things right in place. Rest, everything will fall in place. That is where
Definitely,
I also look at. Thank you so much, sir.
definitely. Thank
That has
you.
been my learning. Let's see what people have understood and learned in last this couple of minutes where we had this discussion. So that will happen through a mode of a quiz, wherein our quiz leader, Miss Priya Sandeep, is going to ask one quick question based on the discussion which we had in last
Sure.
25-30 minutes, and the people have to answer it in a fastest finger first kind of, and the winner will get a book that will be shared by Mr. Arul. Okay, so over to you, Priya, for a quick quiz, please.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you very much, Sakthivel sir, for putting that wonderful factor of being human, compassion, all to that, all into this wonderful conversation. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, to our participants, this is the question. What is the most important factor that all of us should possess? I'm giving 4 options here. If anybody can guess, you can type in your answer. I'm giving 4 answers, 4 options. The options are agility, acceptance, expectations, goals. A, agility, B, acceptance, C, expectations, and D, goals. Okay. Yes. Ramki has answered first. Acceptance. Yes, Ramki.
So congratulations, Mr. Ramki. Ramki is the winner today, as per you, right?
Yes,
So
Ramki
we
answered
have
first.
a new quiz winner today, Mr. Ramki. Mr. Ramki, congratulations for this quiz winner today. And Mr. Rahul is going to share the prize for this quiz. Apart from that, there is a one bonus for you, wherein you can unmute yourself and ask one quick question to our guest. Anyways, Mr. Arul sharing. So the quiz winner will get this book called Overstretched, written by one of our author friend, Miss C.A. Mugda Shah. Okay, so congratulations once again to you, and Mr. Arul will do the needful to get you your copy of the book. Thank you so much. Now you have one more bonus in which you can unmute yourself and ask one quick question to our leader, Mr. Sakthivel. Yes, Mr. Ramki.
Yes, sir.
Ramki.
Good
Yes.
evening.
Ramki. Good evening. Good evening, Ramki.
Hi. So, in today's stressful world, how a leader can have both sympathy or empathy, along with the stress. I mean, how to deal with this, critical situations without stress. I mean, because stress is unavoidable today, so it is difficult to handle the situations, some critical situations without stress, no, which will affect our empathy or sympathy. So, how to deal with that?
Good question, Ramki. It's a nice question. Reality is, first we have to prepare a proper plan on what we are going to do. Yeah, the plan may fail. Plan may fail sometimes. I agree with that. But let us not worry about those things. Let us not worry about the results. You can't be always. So most of the time, why stress comes in, it is because that we are worried about the result which is going to come out of any action. If your actions are going to be right and if your intentions are going to be right, even if it is going to be in a bad way, it will convert itself into a right way. Automatically, it will go into a automatic right way. That's what I will say. If you feel like feeding someone, the taste doesn't matter much. The hunger has to go off. The moment the hunger is there, automatically taste will also get created in their tongue. That is how I will say that stress is something which is created not by others, it is by accepting others' creations into us is creating stress to us. That's what I will say. So I first of all, you should keep yourself simple, keep yourself light, and keep yourself open to accept things again. To yes, let the thing come, let me face, let me do. If it fails, what will happen? You're going to again start and going to do it. It's not going to anyway. All of us are having some position in life, and we will be given a part in our life. So we don't have to worry much about the results too much. That doesn't mean that there is a difference between laziness and being assertive. Laziness, I don't want to do this. Assertiveness, I will do it. Whatever comes out of it as a result, I will take it. If that acceptance comes, automatically you will feel happy about. I think you might have heard the story of Buddha when he went across a place and he saw one snake threatening everybody. You might have heard this story. He went near to it and said that calm down. And after
Yeah.
some time, when he came back, he saw that it has got hit very badly. The snake said, he asked, what happened to you? It said that you only told me to be calm. He said, I asked you to be calm. I never said that you don't have to be what you are. You use your powers to just threaten people. There is nothing wrong in it. That is your defensive mechanism. Do that. But never hurt others. That's what I said. But if you go out of your nature and try to accommodate everything, that is also a problem. That will also create more stress. You giving problem to others, allowing others to create problem for you, both are stress. So now you have to decide how you are going to stress upon the stress to remove that stress off. That's what you have to do. Hope I might have answered your question a bit. In a
Yes, sir.
lengthy way,
Yes,
I've
sir.
answered actually.
Yeah. Thank you for your wonderful answer, and thanks a lot. Yeah.
So be yourself and be being one. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Ramki, for
Thank you.
asking that wonderful question, and so as being answered by Mr. Sakthivel. So now I open the forum for quick questions, so we can have more two questions from the visitors. So anyone who would like to ask question, unmute yourself and ask your question, and then we move forward. So only two questions. Uh, I will see if there is anyone who has raised their hand or want to ask question. Let us help them, and if not, then we can move forward as well. So is there anyone who would like to ask question? Okay. So if not, then I would like to invite
Hello.
yeah, hello.
Yeah, Pankaj sir, can I ask?
Oh, Giri sir, yes, you can. You have
Sorry.
all the rights to ask questions, sir.
Thank you, sir. And thank you today for the wonderful session. Always the companion with the compassion. Complexion, sorry.
Complex situations.
Today there are so many insights, sir. Actually, you started very well with being with the human as a human being, because nowadays it's a very big task for to behave. So we are in the very fast world. We don't know where we are going. So okay, that is next. The one thing is you told about the KPI, sir, because we MSME we have some targets,
Yes,
because
sir.
corporate they have a very good team to handle each and everything. As per MSME, we are the entrepreneur to take each and everything under control. In BNI, we know that what is in it to win it, and which will measure it will grow. So the KPIs we have 4 Sundays, and then any festival holiday, it's almost 5 days. We have only productive of 24 to 25 days only. How can we have the control to handle the KPI with the KRAs? Thank you,
So
sir.
it's a good question, sir. Actually, to be honest, you rightly said that there are offs in terms of Sundays and all these things. That is two different viewpoint. Actually, when I was an employee, I was handling things in a different way. My responsibility was high, but at the same time, accountability was also high, but not affected by the results of the company too much. But as an entrepreneur, anything which you take as a wrong decision will affect your business. That is what you used to think. Am I having right people in the system? For that, I believe that anybody for that matter, if you say 8 hours is your working day, real productive work hours a person does is just 2 hours in a day. Then you can ask what rest of the time they do. Everybody is keeping busy. We are either feeding somebody's ego, or we are feeding somebody's luxury, or feeding somebody's unwanted things. What we have to do is the clarity on what they have to do has to be built in, and micromanagement has to be removed off. But micromanagement can be removed off from those kind of employees who has that ownership of self driven. Suppose if you are giving a job to a person, he comes back and says, sir, these are the problems, these are the activities, these are the things, and I have found the result for it. These are the four options for it. Which one should I go? Is a current kind of person, you need to have to micromanage that person. But somebody who always comes and says, no, sir, I went there in the morning, I started, this thing doesn't happen, that. He will have empty number of reasons to say it is not happening. You have to tune that person. There is another uh, quality of persons will be there who will neither say yes or no. They will nod head when somebody says yes, they will nod head when somebody says no. These are the danger characters. So you have to be little careful on handling these people. KPIs, when you are putting, be very precise. Say that these are your main KRAs. Over and above, if you could able to do some cross-functional activities, yes, well and good. You may go to the next level. But we have to define it in a proper way and ensure that they do it within a time stipulated time. After that, if they are not putting their efforts, don't run behind them, because that will be a waste of time on your side, which I am experiencing for the last 2 years. Some people come and say reasons. So you have to KPI derivations, and actually, frankly, if you ask me, if I had to be really open with you, as a HR person, almost 22 years, I have seen these performance appraisals and other things. I don't think it is a right way of measuring. You can't measure somebody's performance because performance is nothing but perception of another individual about another individual. So here you have to only look at the result part of it, sir. If the person could able to bring result, heart in heart, you know very well, even though if he is faking or he's trying to mask up with things, you know very well who is what. Because just behind you are having your guru. He has also taught the same thing. You just be honest to your body will be honest to you. The same way, you should provide clarity to people and leave them. If they are not doing well, automatically they will move off. Once when you this happens, this impurity automatic. It's like body. The system also takes care of impurities. If somebody is not doing well, how long they can sustain? At some point of time, they have to move out. Otherwise, they have to perform or perish. It automatically happens. We don't have to do anything much about. I will say that don't take that stress into you. That's what I will say. Just clear clarification on what people have to do has to be given in. After that, result matters, and automatically you also know as a person sitting on the top knows very well who is doing what. Only thing is we should not have any kind of a what we call a kind of ego specified decisions on. It should be result specified and should be business specified. Decision should be there. Should not be ego specified. 25 years a driver is working with you, one day he came late, you're throwing him out of the job, is not a right way. Maybe he may have some real valid reason that 25 years he has served with you and one day he couldn't able to. There may be some reason. Listen to it, but that should not be a routine. So what you have to, MSME, I agree. Most of the MSME people are having this problem. How I'm going to manage these people? Who will do the targets well? It is a routine process and we have to get it done on a daily basis only. It will automatically get refined after some time. So all the organizations might have gone through the same turmoil what we people are going around now. Whether if you take L&T or whether you take Tata, if you take any companies, MNCs, they initially might have had the same problem. But if you set the process well, if the discipline been followed, the success will automatically come. The impurities will automatically go out. So that's what my answer to you, sir.
Sir, thank you for the wonderful answer. That's why we have the KPI with KPI with the health money relationship. Like that, we are tracking the habits, and then KPI, and then relationship also we track them.
So main thing is attitude matters, sir. If a person is having a proper attitude, he can mold him at any point of time. Even at the age of 60, also somebody can be molded well. Some people have started their career even after 50, 55. So it can be definitely done in if the person is having a proper attitude to take things up. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
what you have to. The main case you have to look at the attitude.
Yes, sir. So ask method attitude only we take care of 80%
Definitely.
attitude and then 20% skill and knowledge.
Yes. Because skill and knowledge doesn't stay in the same place. It changes. Yesterday it was normal computer. Today is a supercomputer. Tomorrow it will be a computer which will be there in our wall. Things will automatically change. Technicality always changes. And people, if they have the attitude to learn, they will definitely learn. If they don't want to learn, they will never learn.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Giri sir, for asking wonderful question and again rightly respond to a Sakthivel sir. So is there anyone else who would like to ask question or can we move forward as it is already 7:23? So if there is no question, then I would like to invite our summary leader, Mr. Nellai Naigam, for summing up the entire session. So Nellai sir, over to you for a quick summary, please.
Good evening, one and all, and thanks to Bija Training for this opportunity as a summary leader. Dear Sakthivel sir, truly insightful perspective on this particular leading with compassion in the complex world. Your points and examples were both thought-provoking and impactful, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
On this particular summary, I have categorized on the 8 key points. Leadership mindset and attitude on ownership. And the attitude matter most. The skills can be trained, attitude cannot. A leader's attitude sets the tones for the entire team, and empathy begins with how we think before how we act. Avoid micromanagement. Ownership grows when trust is given. When ownership is clear, leaders step back and the teams step up. And second, and clarity and boundaries and discipline. And clear roles and the expectations reduce stress. Acceptance and the expectations must coexist. Healthy pressure is necessary. Without pressure, nothing moves. Compassion works within clear boundaries. SOP protect people by ensuring fairness. On the third point, and the performance results, perform or perish, results matter. The compassion is not an excuse for underperformance. Decision must be business specific, not ego specific. And drop personal bias while taking tough calls. Leaders must be firm on results, fair with people. That is strong attitude plus clear results equal to a strong leadership. And if ownership is clear, impurities move away naturally. Don't personalize problems, improve the system. And right system expose the wrong behavior automatically. Leaders create conditions, not dependencies. Fix system, that is not people. And daily leadership behavior, be punctual, respect time, smile. Culture reflects attitude. Encourage fun and social connections. Avoid meetings without agenda or direction. A genuine bat on back motivates more than criticism. And managing pressure, burnout, change. And most pressure comes out from the lack of clarity, not workload. Communicate openly during the downturns and uncertainty. Acknowledge fears around job security. Trust and believe, hold the team together during crisis. Clarity reduces anxiety. And the compassion should be natural, like a motherhood, like an unwritten rule. And when attitude, behavior, rights, KRA and KPIs are aligned. And with the multi-generational and diverse team, generational gap will always exist. Accept and guide. Understand where people and before judging expectations. Remove ego while handling aspiration and the growth. Attachment may reduce, but empathy becomes a more important one. So understanding builds the connection. As a closing note, attitude matter most. Avoid micromanagement. Enable ownership. Make business-driven decisions, not ego-driven ones. Results matter, and the people with the right attitude deliver results. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nellai, for summarizing it so well. And as we come to the last, I would like to invite our vote of thanks leader, Miss Ishwarya. So, Miss Ishwarya, over to you for a vote of thanks, and then we'll conclude through a thanking video. Over to you, Ishwarya.
Hello everyone, good evening. I'm Aishwarya and I'm pursuing my MBA. When decisions are driven by clarity and data, organizations are better equipped to position talent and build resilient workforces. Let me quickly share once again the purpose of this thriving community. Leaders Connect 360 Foundation is a non-profit organization aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We are a hybrid leadership community bringing leaders together every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m., where leaders from diverse fields share practical solutions to real-time leadership challenges, just like the valuable insights we received today on leading with compassion in a complex world. Every last week of the month, we go a step further by inviting authors to share insights from their books, helping us evolve as leaders and lifelong learners. I extend my deepest gratitude to our esteemed guest, Mr. Sakthivel, Strategic HR and CEO of GSS Group Companies, for his insightful and thought-provoking perspectives. A special thank you to our panel discussion leader, Dr. Aishwarya, a corporate trainer and 360-degree assessment specialist, and our moderator, Mr. Pankaj Vyas, for steering today's discussion so effectively and making it truly impactful. And now, as a small token of appreciation, we present a special thank you video to express our gratitude. See you next Wednesday. Until then, keep leading and keep growing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sakthivel sir, for accepting
Thank
our
you.
invite.
Thank you, madam. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mr.
Really
Sakthivel. So
Thank you,
here
sir.
is a
our
thanking
circle,
video
sir.
for everyone.
Stay connected.
Definitely.
We'll
So
grow together, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ishwarya. See you soon.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Let's stay connected, sir. Thank you.
Sure,
Thank you, sir.
definitely. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Same here. Thank you.
Sir, you are
Special
on
thanks to
mute, I
Nella,
think
sir.
so,
for
sir.
the- No, I'm not in mute, ma. I could able to. Could able to hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, I'm audible. I think
Yes,
my
yes, sir,
voice is to be a
sorry.
little
It's
bass,
okay
so I'm
as for
keeping
my
a
end.
little away.
Thank you so much, sir.
No issues, no issues. Thank you, ma. Thank you.
So
See you
stay in
then.
touch, sir. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you. All the best to all.
Thank you, sir.